What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Trader Die here, and we're going to talk about financial literacy and why is it important. As you see here, these are the four tenets of financial literacy. We have banking, credit, investing, and budget. Again, banking, credit, or debt management. They're like the same thing because credit is nothing but debt. So how you manage that debt could increase your credit rate. Investing and building, creating a budget. All right, so let's dive right into it. What is financial literacy? Well, pretty much financial literacy is knowing how to manage your money. This includes paying your bills on time, borrowing and saving responsibly, and investing your money smartly. It's important because it gives us the knowledge and the skills to effectively manage our money. Because honestly, outside of eating and sleeping, learning how to manage your personal finances is probably the most important thing in your life. These skills are necessary because they help you learn with budgeting, how to avoid debts, and how to properly invest your money. All right, so we move to the next slide. Reasons we need financial literacy helps us understand the value of money so we able to handle our finances better. Because when you're financially literate, you'll start to understand the importance of budgeting and saving. Once you comprehend that, you'll be able to prioritize between the wants and the needs. And that's very important. Again, it saves us from accumulating too much debt. Piling on too much debt at a young age is a handicap for a lot of Americans that they never fully recover from. Example, student loans and credit card balances. I mean, these student loans out here is getting more and more expensive to go to school. So you need to learn how to budget and also handle that debt. And last but definitely not least, generational wealth. This is the most important part of financial literacy. To change our thinking process, to accumulate assets to pass to the next generation. Teaching children financial literacy at a young age helps them become financially independent earlier, which means that once they go to college and they become younger adults set out in life, they already have the skills down pat to help them further than somebody who never learned and they're just learning as they go along. Again, the four components of financial literacy: budgeting, saving, investing, debt management. Okay, so basically, budgeting. This is the first step in becoming financial literate. It's often easy to write down a budget, but it's extremely hard to maintain that budget. Before you can write your budget, you need to have a budget plan. Your budget plan should tell you how to follow a monthly spending plan, how to handle accrued debt, how to distinguish between short term, medium term, and long term goals. Because once you get those goals down, you can start saving into those goals accordingly. Steps to create the budget include: start tracking your monthly expenses. I cannot stress this enough. Once you see the things you're spending on, you'll start to recognize where your money's going to or how much you're spending on certain items. It's always good to start tracking your monthly expenses. Identify all expenses, fixed and variables. So, an example of a fixed expense should be your phone bill, your light bill, your rent. Those are fixed. Well, I'm sorry, your light bill might change in the winter because it's kind of cold. But your phone bill, rent, things like that, those are your fixed bills. Expenses, your variables, that is your grocery bill, that could be the utility bill depending on the months of the year, things like that. Once you need to identify your expenses, factor in your savings. So example, if you get $500 every week, you want to factor how much of that of that paycheck you're going to pay yourself, what is your savings, how much is going to be for your bills, and so on and so forth. And also how to lower your monthly bills, because once you start budgeting your expenses, you'll start to see where your dollars are going. Then you'll say, man, I'm spending so much money on this or too much money on that. It's like becoming your own accountant pretty much. Okay, savings. Savings is a vital part of budgeting, good budgeting. Having a savings account for your money to accumulate allows you to save up for an emergency fund. Allowing your money to build monthly also gives a person the opportunity to make a large purchase in the future. Because if you cannot save, then you cannot make big purchases because you're constantly out of money. Here's why saving is important. 67% of Americans have less than 6 months of expenses saved in the bank. That is two-thirds of our country. So out of 333 million, almost 180 million don't have more or less than 6 months of expenses saved in the bank. From 2011 to 2014, a quarter of Americans had zero emergency savings. Think about that. Zero emergency savings. That's why a lot of people are working week to week because they don't have no emergency savings. People ages 30 to 49 are least likely to have emergency savings. And that's because during that ages, you have kids, grandkids, a lot of bills, school debt, college loans, mortgages, so you really don't have money to save. That's why you need to learn how to create the budget so you can start saving. You can start small if you have to. $50 per paycheck is a good start. A good tip is to set up a portion of your paycheck to be direct deposit in your savings account. So you don't even have to manually move it over. It's all there for you. A fifth of Americans near retirement age have zero money saved. Just think about that. When the age of retirement, you're supposed to be set up to live your closing years, your golden years, nice and easy. But a fifth, 20% of Americans don't have no money saved up. So again, people, you learn to see why saving is important. Okay, now debt management, also known as credit. Again, you must know that credit is nothing but debt. You have to pay credit back. So that's why it's good to know how to manage that debt. The trend of personal debt in America has been on the rise for the last 4 decades. A credit score of 800 is considered good credit, yet the average American has a credit score of 675. Huh. As we can see, debt is a serious problem plaguing our society. Here's a few statistics highlighting the debt facing our current generation. The average American has $15,000 in credit card debt, $155,000 in mortgage debt, man, $32,000 in student loan debt. As you can see, debt management is very important. Never underestimate the importance of credit. A strong credit score can be a good indicator of your financial well being. Once you establish a good budget and start saving properly, you apply for credit, which is another form of debt. Building a good credit score can help getting low interest loans, credit cards, mortgages, and car payments. As you see, it all starts from saving, budgeting, and then going to the debt. As we move to the next step of financial literacy, investing money often seems like a foreign language to some people. So true. Man, some people get so flustered and confused when the conversation pertains to investing. And it's really weird because investing properly is the most important part of financial literacy. Yes, it is the most important part because what's the point in creating a debt, saving up money, and managing debt if you can't properly invest it? I mean, exactly. You always want to get a good return on your investment. That's why you got to learn to invest. If you want to learn how to invest and study books on becoming an investor, read up on different stocks and other financial markets, learn about real estate and other different investments. Always remember when you invest in, never invest what you can't afford to lose. That goes back to the first step of financial literacy, budgeting. Learn how to budget, so you should incorporate your investing in your budget. As we see here, here's some of the different investment opportunities. You got the good old trusty stock market. The American economy is the largest economy in the world. Even though we are in a bear market right now, I would not even stress that because our economy always comes back. And when it comes back fivefold. Mutual funds. You can call your mutual fund Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, your financial advisor, and ask about mutual funds. Pretty much like a basket of stocks is created in a fund. Of course, the new trend nowadays is cryptocurrency. Everybody wants to invest in crypto. As you see, crypto is all over the news. And good old fashioned, never go out of business government bonds, the oldest ways of holding money. So these are just some of the many forms of investments they have out there. I just chose some of the more common. As always, I'm not a financial investor. Go see your call up a financial investor and ask about questions. These are just some examples to lead you in the right direction. Okay, so back to investments. What are some of the benefits of investing your money? You grow your money. Investing your money allows you to grow it. Most investment vehicles offer returns on your money over the long term, which allows your money to build, which means it's creating wealth. Generational wealth is what we aim for. Saving for retirement. Retirement is the ultimate goal for the majority of Americans. By putting your savings in a diverse portfolio when you're younger allows you to live off the funds and earn these investments at a retirement age. As we see, almost a fifth of Americans are at retirement age and they have zero emergency savings. This is a big deal. And always, trusting number three, you reach your financial goals. Investing can certainly help you reach big goals. Say you want to purchase a car or you want to purchase a house or a really big goal. Investing early at the right age and the right investments can help you get a real lump sum of money to, reach those goals. So, as we can see here, financial literacy is a lifelong skill set that constantly evolves. What I mean by that, by constantly evolving, is when you're younger, it's minor things. In your young adulthood, it becomes college, things in college, how to budget, your first couple paychecks, how to have money throughout the week. Then as you become into middle age, adulthood, then it becomes job, bills, still your loans, credit card loans, student loans, child tuition, things like that. The most important thing is to get an early start and becoming smarter with money. The more time savings gives you more money at retirement time. Let's say that again. The more time saving gives you more money at retirement time. But if you're a late bloomer, such as myself, starting as soon as possible with a good amount certainly helps you get in the game. Again, let's not forget this: budgeting, savings, debt management, or credit and investments. These are the four main tenets of becoming a financial literate person. Once you grasp these concepts, you'll start to apply them realistically and you will see tangible results. And it's pretty much that simple, people, because you know it's like love and marriage. You can't have one without the other. So say if you got a great budget, and you can save your money, but you're terrible with your credit and you can't invest. That kind of cancels out budgeting and saving if you can't handle your debt and you don't know how to invest the money. Or say that you want to invest, but you don't have savings. So you gotta learn to create a budget. So as you can see here, all four are interconnected. So there is not one is more important than the other. Just that one at the end, investing is the end goal. So it's great to have large investments. Okay, people. On that note, it's your boy Mr. Trader Die. I'm checking out. You can catch me on YouTube. Just hit me up. All right. On that note, we're getting out of here.